gigawatts. You know, say megawatt, and they have another one called gigawatt. I think it is 100 megawatts that makes 1 gigawatt. These guys were saying all of that, and guess what? They met Nigeria electricity generation at 7,500. The whole Nigeria, 7,500, right? Now, the Nigeria was distributing 3,500 megawatts of electricity. These criminals came. Nigeria National Grid collapsed. Listen to this one. Oh. Nigeria National Grid in 8 years collapsed for 124 times. 124 times. Yes. That the whole Nigeria was in darkness. Nowhere had electricity for hours. The last time that happened was in 1985. And guess who was in charge of Nigeria then? The same lifeless Bokwari at the time. So 30 years after, instead of adding to Nigeria electricity, Nigeria National Grid continued to collapse. Epileptic, dakudaji. By the time the Bokwari left, they were distributing 2,500 megawatts of electricity. They didn't have one single megawatt to Nigeria Nigerian generated electricity generation. I'm saying this, so go and verify it. APC, Egbekegbe, they did not add one single megawatt of electricity to Nigeria electricity in 8 years. But do you know that for those 8 years, there were those that some of you, if you remember and recollect as you are watching me right now, there were those that some of you were actually listening to. Those who were telling you then that people like Mayegun, that was kind of criticizing and exposing the fraud called APC, Egbekegbe under Bokwari. They said people like us were lying. That Bokwari, by the time Bokwari was done, that a lot of you will be so proud. Where are those people today that Nigeria is bankrupt? Some of them have switched and changed their profile from Bokwari and fake Pastor Ruga. They have changed their profile on social media. They have changed them to that of Tinubu and the shitty man. And they are doing the same thing, telling you, he's their enemies. Don't listen to them. Tinubu is going to make you prosperity. Tinubu is going to fight corruption. Tinubu is, no. They are not going to. So after 8 years, Abi, then you begin to say, don't blame the people now. And what do you want the people to do? At least they trusted them. So let us just all come together and then come together to come and save Nigeria again in 8 years when they have wasted 8 years of your lives. You will see those people again. They will change you again and give you another idea. Maybe not hopefulness they will give you that time. Or a Dorado arrival. For those of you who make it that far. Listen to this woman.
Ìjọba àgbáyé ẹ gbà wá o, ẹ gbà wá o, ẹni ká dìbò àdìbò fún yín tẹ́ wọlé fìyà jẹ wá o. Ẹja tá a rà ní 30,000, ó di 70,000, kó tẹ 15,000, ó di 40,000. Ẹ ṣàánú, ebi ń pa wá, ẹ má ní wá lára. A lè jáde, a lè jẹun o. A ti wà nulẹ̀, ẹja ìdọ̀dà ń tà tàbí rọmọ ní skúlù. A lè rọmọ skúlù bá a lè jó, a lè wá sọ́jà mọ́, a lè jẹun. Ẹ ṣàánú, ẹ má ní wá lára, ara ní wá o. Ara ni aráàlú ẹ ṣàánú, ẹ bá fara ni wá o, ẹ bá sọ gbogbo èdè rọ o, ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí kò dáa fún wa o, ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òlú lára ni, ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òlú lára, ẹ má ní wá lára, ẹ má fara ni wá, ẹ ṣàánú wa, ilé làwọn àdèjáde àdèjẹun, àròwó tajà àròwó jẹun, gbogbo tẹ̀ ṣe fún wa ó ní gbogbo òlú lára, ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ ṣàánú wa o, Tinubu ẹ ṣàánú wa o, ìjọba Èkó yìí náà ẹ ṣàánú wa. Ẹ ṣàánú wa, a ti dìbò fún yín, kò yẹ kó ẹ wá ṣe báyìí fún wa. Sanwó-Olú ẹ ṣàánú wa, ti dìbò fún yín, gbogbo tẹ sọ kọ́dẹ̀ padà wá ń ṣe yìí, ẹ ní wá lára ni, ẹ ní ẹ máa dùn aráàlú ẹ dùn wá nú, ẹja ta fi ṣe gbàjọ ta fi rán wọn léwe, ẹ jẹ́ ká rán wọn léwe mọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká rán oúnjẹ jẹ, ẹ ṣàánú wa, ẹ ṣíjú àánú wa, ẹ má ní wá lára, ara ní aráàlú, gbogbo ọtọ́ rẹ̀ jẹ́ ara ní wọ́n, àwọn tàtà ara ní wọ́n, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. Ẹ ṣàánú wa, Sanwó-Olú àbọ̀ Tinubu, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. A ti dìbò fún ẹ wá wọlé tán, ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ wá ní ọmọ Yorùbá ara yín lára jẹ́, ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kí Ìgbò wọlé, tí Ìgbò bá wọlé kò ní rí báyìí. ṣebí ẹ̀dẹ̀ ilẹ̀ bá ṣe kí lè ṣe kankan ní kankan ṣe fún ẹni wá lára ni èmi lọ́kàn ó ti kàn yín sí tẹjọ́ mi èkó ṣe dáadáa fún wa ẹni wá lára ni ṣe dáadáa fún ara ni wá àrùn jẹjẹ tábàtajà kan pójó gbèsè ti pọ̀ ju o gbèsè pọ̀ ju ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣàánú aráàlú o ebi ń pa ẹ ṣàánú wa o tábàtajà kan pójó owó ẹ ṣàánú wa o láṣẹ kẹ́ wá báyìí kẹ́ ṣàánú ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tiwa rò ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tẹ ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mú tiwa rò ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú.
Let me tell you what she was saying, just in case if you don't understand Yoruba. She's a popular fish seller in Lagos. One of the popular markets in Lagos, Oyigbo Market. So she's popularly known as Eleja Oyigbo. Let me tell you something. There are so many of us that are fortunate to have our parents who were traders in different things, especially those who trade in foodstuffs, sending their children to schools, building their own houses. Like it's kind of a sort of a prosperity that is created by them to help themselves without having to rely on the government, mostly women. I grew up around those women who were so successful for just selling fish, selling meat, beef, and they did so well. But you know what killed most of them? Inflation. They are the member of that macro economy that is sustaining the corrupt economy created by these criminals in Nigeria. But slowly, but steadily, slowly and slowly, they have been wiped out. Now, the last remnant you are seeing, so they are traders, but they are still living in poverty. Majority of them, the value of their money got so depreciated, they entered debt. So now let me tell you what that woman was talking. She was right there lamenting the situation of the country. And she said that Tinubu's government should come and help them. That they were told to vote for Tinubu and they voted for him. That everything he said he was going to do for them, he's not doing it. That people are suffering. That she sells fish and now she's in debt, okay, because people are not even buying, because they themselves too, they cannot even afford to buy them anymore. They have become so expensive and expensive. Nigeria is surrounded by water. Most of this Atlantic Ocean that they are going to get some of this seafood from, they are in Nigeria instead of waiting for the imported one. If Nigeria was a real place, oh my show. So because of this inflation and broken currency, broken economy, they have to bear the costs now. They have no subsidy. And majority of them cannot afford to refill their stock anymore. Those who manage to do that, people are no longer patronizing them because people have become poorer. Now, the people are not patronizing them. Inflation and everything is cutting all of their profit and cutting into their capitals. And they are almost running out of businesses. Majority of them can no longer send their children to school. They can no longer take care of their families. They can no longer aspire to do great things from their businesses anymore. But do you know the saddest part? Do you want me to tell you the one that breaks hearts mostly? Out of everything I have told you. if they conduct another election this evening, just after that woman made that video, the woman will still stand behind the Tinubu. I'm serious. Oh, Mayogun, you cannot be too sure. Oh, I am very sure. I am 100% sure. They will tell you, we will. No, don't listen. She will stand. And if you ask her, but ma, why are you, you still standing behind? I don't want to waste my vote in it. We just pray that let God just touch their hearts. Let God touch their hearts, because I don't want to, I don't want to go and waste my, Sure you get. And you'll be there, dumbfounded. She also said, Tinubu said, Emi Lokon, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn. Now that it is your turn, she's so sad that as a Yoruba woman, at least if Nigeria is going to be hard, Yoruba shouldn't feel it hard. Do you understand that sentiment in that statement, yeah? She said, you said Yoruba Lokon, and you are doing all of this to we, the Yoruba people. And you said they said that Igbo we should not vote for Igbo. So we should have allowed an Igbo man will never do this. That's what she said. But don't get carried away by all of that. The next video you are going to see in another day or two, they would have sent 1 or 2 APC people there. Yeleja. Mameleja, it's okay. We saw your video. We know that things are going hard in this country. Mama, sorry. Everybody, see, President Tinubu is trying, That is why President Tinubu went to India. That is why he went to America. He is currently in Saudi Arabia. He's meeting with all the billionaires to come to Nigeria and bring everything to Nigeria. Some Nigeria enemies are telling them not to come. Yeleja, everything is coming. They are bringing sheep that will bring cheap fish. That you will buy fish, you will be tired. Governor said we should give you this 5 million naira to help your business, okay? Yeleja, don't worry. Tell all the women, tell them everything will be fine. You may see another video in another 2 days. Governor said we should give you this, 5 million naira to help your business. And in another 6 months, Mameleja, in another 6 months, you will see. So, Shege, thank you. You see that child that recorded her, they recorded her on purpose. That's why I said, don't attach too much emotion yet. So if I tell you that if they say, Tinubu, Obi, Atiku again, she will stand behind their Tinubu. And if you ask her why, she will tell you, it's a Yoruba. Ogo Yoruba. Because of Ogo Yoruba. Because you see, it's a Yoruba man. Yoruba is a very, it's Yoruba. Any other reason, ma? Yes. I have many reasons. Give us another reason, ma. See, as a Yoruba woman, as a mother, we all pray that our child will become Olorire, he will be successful. So, it's a Yoruba, and I'm not making that up. It's this because of what it is. And that is why a lot of us believe that you cannot preach to the, what do you call it? You cannot preach to this audience. You need to uproot the system that put them in that situation totally. And put something else in place. So she was kind of, and at the end of the day, say, Mommy, once this video go viral, APC people can come and see you. If they come here, the same woman will do another video and say, I did not do my video to let anybody come and say nonsense about Asiwaju. Asiwaju is the best thing. Asiwaju is going to make Nigeria better. Asiwaju, it is Nigerian thing. Because you know something. Nigerians don't really hate corruption. Okay. Some Nigerians don't really hate corruption. They just don't like the fact that they are not benefiting from it. So if all of us, if me, we no like corruption, begin to shout and say, these corrupt people, and you are saying, yes, Mayegu, very, very corrupt people, very, very this thing and that. Before I know it, once they say, I say, hey, no take them, now bread, they won't throw you. Nobody should take that bread. Don't listen to them, or they are trying to throw you bread, though. They go just do like this, say, ready? Now you go see like about 5 people that will drag that bread. That is when you realize that you are all by yourself. Some Nigerians don't hate corruption. They are just not comfortable and happy if they are not the one doing the corruption or benefiting from it. And that is why when everybody is shouting, soli, 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 dari, soli, this and that, the moment they give appointment to some of them, they begin to tell you, see, my brother, you know, I'm an aluta. They say, nah, that's why I'm so wondering that you are a comrade now. We used to always kind of fight these people together. Listen. You see, there are so many things that we don't understand, my brother. Tell us now. You see, when I was like you, I was also angry. But you see, the moment I joined them, I realized that, governance is not that easy. There are so many interests, my brother. For a president to make a decision on it, it's not easy. There are some people in this country that the president cannot sleep except they tell him, go and sleep. My brother, there are some people in this country, before the president can eat, he has to call them and say, I want to eat. They will say, go ahead and eat. That Tinubu that you are seeing, so, you see, if you are not inside, you understand. There are some people, let me say, we don't see them, they are spirits. Sometimes the president would have said, okay, tomorrow, I am going to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. I'm going to stop corruption. The president would have said, he would have told all of us so. And everybody is even scared. Hey, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Then tomorrow, they say, the spirit will come. And it will just, and tomorrow the president will just come out and just be like, nothing happened. I say, now my brother, it's not easy. That is why you have to pray for them. I say, Nikure. We know them. That's why you should remember this. No be all Nigerians hate corruption. Many of them just don't like it, that they are not benefiting. Once they begin to, even if not tiny, if not tiny, then they benefit. In order to benefit more, they will do the work like say, Baba, you self go the wonders. When did Lekus turn to this? They don't really hate oppression. They don't. They just don't like it that they are not the one doing the oppression. Once you remember these two about Nigerians, when they speak, whether they are dropping emotion, whether they are crying, whether they are like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die tomorrow if I don't hear, it's all lies and all of that. Just remember that if they are screaming, any of them won't really speak if it is not happening to them. And sadly, it is happening to everyone. See this brother who, I don't know, people do this all the time. I don't know why they do that, right? Take a look.
You see, now my NYC certificate with this.
An original one.
Now my original one with this, limited. Now the school I finished from with this. You see, that's my university. Now this is my primary school, Command Children's School. It's now Lungi Barracks. It was Gardiner School Barracks. Now my file for my, in fact, this is my jam, but it's useless.
Why you want to born yourself?
Why I want born? See, 13 years and I swear, every job what I don't do, now job where I dey drag with people who no go school. So why you can't get, what's the essence of certificate? What I want born and now. I go burn everything. I'm no say now job because this country now to get certificate be like waste of time. If you're in a certificate we get for this country, you won't travel out. They go they tell you say, you know, if you use the certificate, you go release something. So why you having this rubbish? Even to be president now, you feel for certificate. This is it. Look at where. This is my NYC. See, record them. Now my NYC with this. Laminated. This one is my secondary school.
No bonding certificate now there.
Okay, this one is primary school. I no been at secondary school. Man, no born waiting. This is my.
You know the day we work go come now.
My brother, no one knows all of us now, eh? No one knows it for the country. Now walk way illiterate they do, but we no go school.
In the Bonamo.
I never start. I don't want to make the fire catch. I be this so.
In the when I say in the Bonamo.
Don't be say touch.
Why they burn your certificate?
There is no essence. That is how you this. You finish school. See, I even advise, show my face, make it. I advise. Now be this, so show this again. Now be this. In this country now, you better say you go learn work. You see, now my NYC certificate.
And it may sound kind of, you know what I mean, sort of funny and stupid at the same time. But of what use are those certificates anyway to look for a job, to apply for visa, or to do what? Well, different stroke for different folks, you will say. Abi? So the other day, we were talking about what are the people going to do? What are you going to do now that every institution in Nigeria has been captured? You can't depend on the judiciary anymore. For those who ever depended on them anyway. The INEC is totally bunker. And some people felt like they are, or they still have a chance of mobilizing people against 2027, whatever it is, I don't know. But I am glad that one of them who participated in this last charade in Kogi State, that Ajaka guy, he was asked that what was he going to do now that, you know, they've sort of rigged him out, and he said nothing. That he's learned his lesson. That he's been, listen to him, I'm going to come back.
The beavers, everything's going to be perfect. I mean, I 100% ascribe to that.
Would you say you are naive to have?
I think I've been naive and stupid. And next time I'll know what to do.
You were taught a bitter lesson.
Yes, it's very unfortunate, but in the interest of Nigeria and for the survival of Nigeria.
So he was asked if he was going to go to court to challenge Ododo of Yaya Bello. And he said it's pointless. It's a waste of time. There's no point in going to court. Everybody gets the message now. Okay? If you say you want to protest against these criminals, you are just probably going to commit suicide, like, you know, just going to have yourself killed. So if you want to say, I want to go after, I want to protest against them, you must actually like a rebel against them. Harm yourselves to defend yourselves against their criminal police and the rest. So if you cannot provide and prepared for such, There's no point in saying you want to go out and then face them, because forget it. It is like a death wish. So if they tell you, if you go into elections with them, you must also hire armed groups, violent this, and the rest of that, print your own result sheet, and, kidnap the INEC officials and force them to announce you. If you cannot do all of that, don't bother going into an election with them, or else you'll come back and begin to lament. If they tell you to go to court, you know what's going to happen in court. It is their INEC that is going to stand and defend the fraud. The same INEC that you'll be like, she na INEC they carry ballot paper ni. She na INEC they feel this or that ni. Is the INEC that is shooting people ni? Is it not the politicians and the rest of them? But the law says if that should happen, elections in those places should never be allowed. But right before your very eyes, the same INEC will come and announce nonsense, Abi, and they will tell you to go to court. When you get to court, the same INEC will say you have no case and they shouldn't look at your evidences. And the court will say, no, you have no evidence because INEC said you don't have evidence. And then you do that again and again and again. So the guy said, listen, I was naive. In fact, I was stupid. That's his word, wasn't it?
The beavers, everything is going to be perfect. I mean, I 100% ascribe to that.
Would you say you are naive to have?
I think I've been naive and stupid. And next time I'll know what to do.
I have been naive and stupid to believe that. And I think things are getting to that stage that people are going to begin to realize that, oh, more. Don't risk your life. Anybody, let us go and protest with you. You need to open your eyes very well and see those who wants to lead it. You get? It's just those who are going to be carrying placard and peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Who are you telling peaceful protest? You want to have peaceful protest with violent people? Well, time will tell. So talking about their election, and before we come back to revolute or to protest, right? Before we come back to that, let's go to Bayelsa. The same roguish stuff. Here, they are fighting over elections at the coalition. I don't know if you've seen this.
I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of rigging. I think that
only people who can accept the pain of rigging should be participating in an election. So now, make I do my art talk before I take calls tonight. You see, if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. Majority of us who are raising alarm every now and then, we are doing so to see if they or you would wake up and do something to prevent or avert the doom, which is the end of the trajectory of where they are taking Nigeria. And somebody sent me a video, and that video is it is about Nigeria and Nigeria problems. And some of us who are still young but not too young can tell a bit of how much of a generational thing from this worst leadership and the people suffering the consequences of this worst leadership. It's kind of been a generational thing. If you want to know that Nigeria never really worked, I would advise you to listen to some of the oldies, old musics, and old artists like, old musicians, and some of their great works where they sang about the situation in Nigeria. And just as I mentioned that, for those of you who are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, so it simply means that many of us who have the memory or the memories of the 70s, of the 80s, and the 90s Nigeria, even the early 2000s of Nigeria. And just like I said, as I'm talking about this right now, you should begin to remember some of the artists. It doesn't matter where you come from in Nigeria. You will remember some of the artists who sang about corruption, who sang about poverty, hunger, abuse of power, and when is Nigeria going to be better, and so many other times like that in history. All of this, some people are remembering Fela, Barrister, Colinton, Oliver, what's that guy's name? Is Oliver the Coke, Sonny Okosun. A lot of you who remember some of these oldies, they all sang about which way Nigeria, which way Nigeria. I think they even did many collaborations many times to try to talk about the state of Nigeria. So somebody said, you are saying Nigeria was okay. Do you know that in that same Nigeria, we have had, different in the past, where we have Nigerians who've had, who had to drop out of school because they couldn't pay 20 naira, 25 naira school fees. Some dropped out of school when they couldn't pay 200 naira WAEC fee. In that same Nigeria. A lot of people will have the similar story. A lot of you who have sort of managed to push it up today, thank God for your lives. You have all these stories. We suffered this poverty. Some of us are grown today, and you can only imagine those poverty now, or what it was like. There was never, God bless you, Jarima, Jack Fashek, Oris Wiliki, Fela, African China. There is no generation. There is no generation that did not sing about the deteriorating economic situation of Nigeria. None. But you know something? Every now and then, all of us who are alive today, and those who also witness those times, they are the ones who are trying to encourage some of us today by saying, I mean, things were better in the past. I mean, people could afford things in the past. Me, I remember as far back as 1995, 1996, we were so poor. Nigerians were so poor that even in houses that look so good from the outside, inside, people were cooking. Nigerians were so poor, they could not afford kerosene, to buy kerosene. Nigerians were using sawdust, dry sawdust to cook. But they never felt. In Nigerians, when you push Nigerians to the wall, instead of them to actually like fight back and reject something, they're just going to make a hole inside that wall, and they'll be thanking God that at least the wall shield them a little bit from you know what I mean, from the bashing. It's unfortunate. So Nigeria was never good. Never, ever, ever good. It's just that people learn how to adapt with time and everything changing. So if anybody is telling you that they are working this, they are working on that, and very soon you are going to see the result. They told your parents the same thing. If you are a student right now, and they are telling you that Nigeria is going to be great one day, and you are going to make use of that, your education, for the purpose you are actually getting educated for, right? And you realize that they lied to you, because it's never going to happen. They told your uncles, they told your parents, they told a lot of people like that too. Same thing. So it is all Bajue 419. So when you ask yourself that, but what should we do now? Number one, you need to tell yourselves, I don't know how hard this is going to be for a lot. Sure you get. But if you can reach that stage of your life where you have understood Nigeria so well, and you are done investing in the bogus, fraudulent effort in making that great. Once you have reached that stage, then it won't be hard for you to take in what I'm going to say next. But if you haven't reached that stage of of mindedness, right? You are not going to find what I'm going to say next amusing or encouraging. It's going to sound too harsh and too or maybe too brash or too blunt. It doesn't really matter. I'll still tell you. You see the criminals who have taken charge of Nigeria, Tinubu and his gang, I can tell you this, forget about democracy, elections, and every other thing that you probably associate with them. Forget about that. It is now going to be a one-party state. See, there was a picture. I think I shared that, or I used that on the front screen of this broadcast as a thumbnail, right? Take a look at these pictures. That's the PDP, one of the PDP governors there. And some of them who would like to make you believe still that PDP is different from APC or APC is different from PDP. Now, you have what you need to know now. It is not just through the pictures. So, sure you get. APC is PDP. And if you didn't believe that before, now you will witness it firsthand, which means wherever they are telling you that PDP is gathering and they want to rescue Nigeria, and they send a message to you, you know they are just about to use you again. You should opt out of that with immediate effects. Now, the second one is the Labour Party. I know why I'm saying this to you, and I know where I'm going with all of this. So, the second one is the Labour Party, where Obi is. It is already, what do you call it? It is already a contaminated place where you have Lamidi Pampas, Arabambi, and the rest of them, and the judiciary. If anybody is telling you that he is going to rally you around to rescue Nigeria with Labour Party, he is about to waste your time again. Because you see, these two, they are already in the colo of Tinubu. Anybody that rallies you around in the name of trying to rescue Nigeria from APC, Egbekegbe, under either of these two, right, is just about to play you. Or you are just about as dumb as they probably see you as, okay? So they will play you because you end up to help Tinubu and his gang to further entrench themselves in Nigeria. They will never have the real motivation to mobilize you to actually fight and then rescue Nigeria. They will just manage you until they use you again and again and again. So you shouldn't fall for that. And I've given you the reasons. So if you then have a call that says you should save yourselves from this utopia, this asylum, a new contraption that these guys are creating, then you should stand up. When you do, it is not going to be the one that you'll be doing solely with your placard. And then, you know, with your all of this, your Instagram, TikTok shots for. No. You will be protected. You will guide yourself. You will prepare yourself. You see, those you are going to meet, they are violent people. And they are lawless people. You see, it is called rebellion. And there is so much at stake. And whatever is at stake, that you might think there's so much at stake on your part, it's not enough, or it's not as much as what these guys have taken from you and what they are still going to do to you. You know what I mean? So that is the mentality. The NLC, an institution that used to sort of, we used to believe that they used to scare the corrupt establishment, yeah, to at least bend to the wishes of the people, Abi. But over time, we got played. Nigerians got played as well, right? When the real politics behind it didn't sort of come to light until Adamu Oshiomhole became the NLC chairman, president, I believe. Then fast forward to this Ajero. This Ajero could have indeed, in my own opinion, and so many other people's opinions, right? He could have written his name in a very good sand of time, you know, to mobilize Nigerians genuinely across Nigeria, to stand up against this APC before things got to this stage. But they didn't. Another chance presented itself when Kolu suddenly, when it was high, and he announced that the subsidy is gone, removed, no plan, no nothing. These guys bragged that they were giving dates. They were giving dates. We are going to go on strike by the 14th of next month if Tinubu does not reverse that subsidy remover, toothless bulldogs. The date of for them to now go on strike and mobilize Nigerians. They said they were doing meeting inside the Asshole Rock. We have done the meeting and we are giving them another 1 month. If they don't reverse it in another 1 month, we are going to go to strike. So a lot of Nigerians knows that this are a bunch of jokers. So they lost that. Then the guy went to Owerri to stand up for workers who have not really been paid by Hopeless or Dijo. And he got beaten, blue black, he almost died. Now they want to do a national strike because Tinubu did not apologize to them. That Tinubu was supposed to apologize to them. The commissioner of police of Imo State was supposed to be sacked. And because they didn't do that, and they and assaulted their president, they are going on strike tomorrow. So Nigerians are being mobilized to go on strike tomorrow. So then tomorrow it's going to be like there is no real strike. You're going to see them here and there, trying to stop some people from working or doing that. But the joke is on them. The NLC of a supposed biggest country in Africa, most populated country in Africa, Nigeria, is a paper tiger, toothless bulldog. They can only bark, but cannot bite. And they will make mockery of all of that tomorrow. They will do a press conference tomorrow evening. And they will say, now that we have done the strike today, so we are now suspending the strike as the negotiation continue. What the hell? The mockery. And Tinubu will just laugh and be like, oh, we really, let's just wait till January again, Jerry. So you are on your own. There is nobody that is coming to mobilize you, motivate you. What is going on in Nigeria right now is not sparing anybody. Whether you are a Yoruba or a Hausa, whether you are an Igbo man or a Jaw woman, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, yes, Northerner, Middle Belton, or Southerner, it doesn't really matter. You see, economic, doesn't care about your religion. It doesn't care about where you come from. When it hits you, when you have economic jackass, economic bandits, you have judicial bandits, you have economic bandits, you have political bandits, you have property bandits. Everywhere banditry. It is a country of it's like a country of bandits. So you get now. So there is no way that you are going to expect anything, sort of a different coming out of them anyway. So yeah. And the moment you are dealing with bandits, it is better for you to be a rebel. No be all rebels. They carry weapons. Okay? But every rebel should learn self-defense. And you must be very sure of what you are fighting for. People have told us, I remember very well, one of our callers on this platform, who happened to be an African nurse, who called in and said they have been watching Nigeria from distance with so much disappointment, and they were asking themselves, like, what is wrong with Nigeria and Nigerians? Majority of them have seen that differences that a lot of you don't really want to share. The world knows. And they're asking us, why don't you just leave all our differences? You see those that have taken over Nigeria, they will show you as Yoruba, they will show you as Igbo, they will show everybody from every part of Nigeria, except for those who are going to find and break in to get some crumbs from them. Everybody will collect. And the moment you find yourself in that bracket, which is a basket that a lot of us are in right now, you will leave all your differences. You will first chase these criminals away. And somebody said, they can actually start a very big rebellion crusade. The one that will take over the National Assembly of Nigeria until the 1999 Constitution is publicly burnt. And a date is set for a new one to be promulgated, the one that is going to then be decided by every part and country that is part of the space called Nigeria today.